Oh, I guess agree.
Well, they are, yeah. We're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday night. Welcome to Hits and Heels. We have a amazing guest for you tonight. But Coach Bryant, before we bring our amazing guest on, what you got for me? Today's the first day of school.
First day of school. I'm telling you, practice. The kids were sluggish today at Crawford Middle School, where we're going into our 7th season. University of Kentucky is kicking in the rare form. High school football kicks up, not this week. It's the final game before the preseason. It's just, what did they say on Monday Night Football?
What did they say?
How about some football?
They said that? I thought they saying, well, how about them Cowboys?
No, we don't say that. We don't
I thought that's what they said.
Hey, Coach, disregard that last comment of the Cowboys. I've been trying. 16 years, boss, ain't nothing working. I've been trying. but it's exciting, and no further ado, if that's okay with you, Ms. Coach Bryant, is go ahead and introduce our guest speaker and good friend.
Hey, Stacy.
Big time guy, big time.
Okay, so for those of y'all that don't know, of course, I'm Coach Bryant, and his is Coach Bryant, and we are a football coaching duo. But and we also were multi-sport athletes. I was a basketball player, a track star. Actually, I'm a basketball star. I was an all-state in Kansas coming out of high school, and I also played softball and I can bowl and some other things too, right? Oh, and I did volleyball as well. And then as I got older, I started coaching, and my first coaching job was basketball, which was my first love and so of course I'm always, my heart always goes out to other basketball coaches, but especially to coaches that are really, really great as far as mentoring other young people, and they have a heart for children and athletes, right? And there's some coaches that just coach for the ego, but then there's coaches that are like us that kind of mirror our loyalty and passion, but we're here for the kids.
Yeah, and this will be this gentleman
like that.
That's coming on.
So with no further ado, let me introduce y'all to. Oh, by the way, wait. By the way, we're in Kentucky.
Okay, well,
and our governing body is the Kentucky High School Sports Athletic Association. Is that what it's called?
KHSAA.
KHSAA, better known as KHSAA. And this gentleman is the Region 11.
Region
11. Coach of the Year.
Yes, he is.
How about that?
But you said a whole lot before we bring him on about you. I wouldn't have scrubbed now.
Oh, you ain't no. Oh, my bad, y'all. My bad.
No, we good.
My baby ain't no scrub.
Bring him on real quick.
No. My baby ain't no scrub. Before I bring my guest on, let me tell y'all something. My baby is not no scrub.
Let's move on.
First of all, he was all decade in the state of Kansas, in Kentucky.
Kansas. We're not.
He was All-American on both sides of the ball as a DB and a wide receiver. He played at the University of Kentucky, and at one time was the number 5 wide receiver in the SEC and all of the SEC. Y'all know the SEC dominates, right? And it's been dominating for years, right? My baby came in the SEC, played in the SEC, so he was the man.
So I was part of the man. Let's put it that way. But anyway, I didn't have for all that.
Let me bring our guest on here. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Coach.
How y'all doing?
All right. Well, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, at 9 o'clock, I must admit, I am a little bit sleepy right now. Like you said, today was the first day of school.
Yes.
I was out front, Carter G, with my fraternity, welcoming the students in, and it's been a long day, but happy to be here.
Let people know what your fraternity is, Coach.
Oh, it's only
one.
If you don't know what that means,
you don't know what that means.
You don't know, now you know. So go ahead, Coach.
Well, go ahead. Give us the deets. I have your bio. It's easy, but I like for you to tell. My girl James Setta Cleveland does on her podcast. She does a great job of saying, "Tell us how you want the people to know about you."
I would say, first of all, I'm a man chasing after God, and hopefully I know God's chasing after me first and foremost.
Amen.
I've been blessed to be in this coaching game. This year is actually year 30 for me. My 30th year in coaching. I've spent 20 of those years, I believe, coaching college basketball. I've almost coached every level of basketball except for professional. Spent a number of years coaching junior college. That's where I broke into the college ranks. Did that for a couple of years. Then I went on to be a Division I assistant coach, a Division II assistant coach, a Division I associate head coach, a Division II associate head coach, and then I spent 10 years as the head coach at South Carolina State University. I relocated back to Kentucky 4 years ago. Was the head coach at Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School here in Lexington for 2 years. And I'm currently the head coach at Frederick Douglass High School here in Lexington. And this is going into my second season with the Broncos. Along with, I work at Fayette County Public Schools. I am a dropout prevention specialist. There is a fancy name for it. I'm a student belonging and success specialist. Working with Fayette County Public Schools. I've been married for 27 years to the lady who changed the game for me and gave me a sense of purpose. Got 2 beautiful daughters. What else you want to know, man? I'm a blessed man.
Oh,
I'm a blessed man. Yeah.
What the song goes, and the beat goes on.
Yeah. I'm a blessed man. Got a beautiful family. Live by the creed, together we win, and the best is yet to come.
I love it.
Well, my first question is, when you got started, because all that accolades means you had to be from a big city. I mean, you had to be from New York, California. I mean, to do all that. So, I mean, that's a pretty good question at the beginning, right? Because you had.
All right. Hey, I'm from the biggest city in Eastern Kentucky. All right. So I am from the biggest city. I'm born and raised in the beautiful, beautiful town of Pikeville, Kentucky. Spent my first, 18 years of life there. A little bit of years in the Midwest. I did live in Iowa for a short period of time. Back when I was riding, what they call them, Hot Wheels, or not Hot Wheels, but the little three-prong scooter or something, man.
Yeah, big wheel.
Big wheel. There it is. But I've been in Kentucky. I claim Pikeville because that's where I was born and raised at. And that's where my roots are. That's where my family, that's where I went to K through 12. So born in Eastern Kentucky, man.
Yeah. And let people know I knew that. And it just tells people about, no matter where you're born, it don't matter where you're born, is where you're at. And
absolutely.
So with that said, is your first coaching gig when you realized that you want to be a coach? Because when I first started, I didn't like kids. And then something changed and my heart changed. And when did you know, hey, I want to do this coaching thing?
I knew as I was finishing up school, Cisco, that my high school coach, which is a father figure to me and still a person still in my life, he asked me, what did I want to do? And I said, Coach, I want to coach basketball. And he said, I need you to go over to Tates Creek High School here in Lexington. I finished school at Eastern Kentucky University. I need you to go to Tates Creek High School, and I want you to see the coach. And he has no money to pay you. And I want you to work like he's paying you $1 million. I said, Coach, I'm in. That coach is Coach Nolan Barger, one of the all-time winningest coaches in Kentucky high school basketball. He's actually being inducted to the Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame here in a few weeks down in Elizabethtown. And that was my start into coaching. Now, I did coach at the YMCA. It used to be the Ice Center here in Lexington. That was my first team. And then I was a player coach in college for our intramural team that we were called Deuce. Deuce was a group of guys who came to school in 1992, and it was a bunch of football players and you all remember prop 48s.
Yeah,
We were a bunch of prop 48 football and basketball players. We combined and we won back-to-back intramural championships at EKU, and we're a brotherhood that we're still in a text thread together every morning. It's about 17 guys that we still stay in contact. And they tell me now that that was my first coaching job. Yeah. So it's been a heck of a ride, man. Again, it's been a lot of fun. Coaching has taken me around the world, and extremely blessed to call that my primary profession. And, I don't know how much longer I'm going to do it, but I'm still having fun. I'm still excited about it. And as well as I do, both of you, that you're in your passion when it doesn't matter when you can do it. Like if we had practice at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'd be up at 3:45 and at the gym trying to prep the gym in order for practice to happen. And therefore, many years, that's what time I practiced anyway. So I still have that passion for young people in the game of basketball and what it can do for young people, more so than just coaching the game. I enjoy coaching young people.
So, Coach, 30 years, can you recall do you have a one moment that is like your absolute favorite, or do you have like a top five?
Now, when that question's asked and I hear it, in this type of environment, you can't have dead air. But we're gonna give you a few seconds because I mean,
let me grab a sheet of paper. I need to jot some notes down. Oh man, a moment for me is, I'll tell you one that jumped right to the front.
Okay.
I was coaching junior college basketball, and at the time we were fortunate to turn a program around. We went from a relative unknown, a junior college that a lot of college coaches would not even come and recruit from. And I'm standing in the lobby of a high school all-star game in South Carolina. And there was a bunch of coaches. We went from an unknown to being ranked 30th in the country. And I had a bunch of guys who could play at the next level. And I'll never forget the coach who hired me for my first Division I assistant job. He told me it was a conversation in that lobby that he knew that he would hire me one day. And he said that I told that group of coaches, everybody was asking, Coach, how long are you going to be at this JUCO, man? You're too sharp to be there. You're going to have schools coming after you. How long are you going to be there? And my answer that he remembered was, I'm going to be there as long as God has me there. And he said that he went home and told his wife that when he gets an opportunity that he was going to hire me. And that goes to show to any young coaches on this call that someone's always watching and listening to you. Right. And the words that come out of your mouth, you don't know where you may be at or what type of situation you're in. There's someone that may have an opportunity in the audience, and that can be the breakthrough that you actually need. So that was one moment in coaching that I actually remembered. I remembered saying that, but I didn't know that he would remember that, and that would lead to him hiring me like maybe 2 years later. Another moment, I would say, coaching junior college ball again. We won our conference championship, and the young man who hit the shot, his name was Shamani Faulkner, and we won at the buzzer against a nationally ranked team. And I'll never forget, I was trying to draw up a play, and he said, "No, Coach, just get me the ball and get everybody out of the way." And he goes down, guys, and he crosses them at the three-point line and pulls up and hits a three, and the buzzer goes off. And I almost pulled a Jim Valvano. I was running. My family was running. Everybody was just running. And when somebody hit that shot to win the Carolinas Junior College Conference Championship, that was a huge moment. I'd probably say another moment was I was the head coach at South Carolina State, and we lost to Hampton in the MEAC championship game, opportunity to go to the NCAA tournament. I remember, the heartbreak of losing that game and being this close to the NCAA tournament. And that's a memorable moment. I remember standing at half court during the trophy presentation, and I was really in my feelings. And my athletic director at the time said, "Coach, get your team together, man. You got a postseason game in Phoenix, Arizona on Monday." I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you qualified to go to," at the time it was called the CIT.
Okay.
We were going to play a school called Grand Canyon University. Now, this is Saturday at 4:30. I just lost a trip to the NCAA tournament. We turned around and had a flight to Phoenix, Arizona from Norfolk, Virginia on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. to have to play a game on Monday night. I didn't know how we were going to perform. I was out of it. My coaching staff was out of it. My players were exhausted. And I'll never forget pulling up to the arena on game day. There was a line outside this arena that was around the corner. And my guys looked and said, "Coach, where's all these people?" And I said, "Man, I don't know. I guess they're going to be at the game." And we walk into the arena at Grand Canyon. And you know how in the NBA where each section has a colored T-shirt?
Yes.
They were one of the first universities to do that. And this arena is sold out almost 2 hours before the game. And my boys look at me and like, "Coach, what's up? Let's go." And I kid you not, man, Jerry Colangelo was sitting in the front row because he was one of the financiers of Grand Canyon University. That is USA basketball. Okay. Dan Marley was their head coach at the time. Because we didn't get to watch a whole bunch of film, the easy thing to do is to jump into a zone defense. We started the game in zone because we weren't able to break down their set plays. So we say, "Okay, we're just going to play zone." Man, they jumped out on us like maybe 16-0. Well, that ain't the end of the story. We immediately changed that zone and we played man-to-man the rest of the game, and we lost by 2 points. 56-54. It would have been the first postseason win, I believe, in school history for South Carolina State. And we came up short, but that was a memorable moment. Now I'm going to fast forward to there was games at Dunbar where we played over at Dunbar Community Center against Louisville Central. That it was the first game in Dunbar Community Center in 36 years.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that was a big, big moment that I was blessed to be a part of. And seeing the alums from the old Dunbar come into the gym and their excitement about a basketball game being held in their old gym against their arch rival, Louisville Central, that was pretty special to be a part of. And then I will say for the people on here now that last year coaching at Frederick Douglass was some of the most fun that I've ever had coaching basketball. And that coaching against that team from the north side, I ain't even gonna say their name.
Watch yourself.
Listen, we played them guys 4 times, and each game was a classic.
Yes.
And it was so much fun, and it was really, really special to see high school basketball on that platform again here in Central Kentucky. So hopefully we can keep that going. They got really good players. We got really good players. The 11th region is one of the toughest in the state of Kentucky. And like I said, I'm a blessed man.
Well, my question is, and that's not taken away from anything you said, but two things caught my attention. Now, the movie Hoosiers, Jimmy Chitwood said, "I'll make it, coach." It sounded like that was part of the movie. Did you get some money for that? Because it sounded like they took the.
Hey, look, Cisco, I'm in the process of writing a book, and maybe there's money in the future, man. I got a heck of a story to tell.
Because I've seen the movie Hoosiers, and that's what happened in the movie Hoosiers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the second question is, was that Marlins that you said the coach that played for the Phoenix Suns?
Yes, it was Thunder Dan. Thunder Dan Marley was Grand Canyon's head coach. And,
okay, I did not know he did. Yeah, I did not know that. I really did not know that. So we got a few questions, and Coach Bryant, Miss Coach Bryant.
Well, we're gonna go to the chat real quick, and then we'll come back with some questions. So first of all, Stacy, hey baby, and Mr. Brown says, did you rub shoulders with Tim Couch or Richie Farmer, two UK greats from your region?
Actually, I didn't. I saw Richie Farmer. You know, I'm a little bit younger than Richie Farmer, but I remember coming to the Sweet 16 and watching those Clay County teams go up against Allen Houston and those Ballard teams. Some of the most classic Sweet 16 matchup in Kentucky high school basketball history. When I was at EKU, actually, the quarterback at the time was Greg Couch. You know, so he's older than Tim. So, you know, there was some crossing, but not actually those two guys. But what an impact both of them were on the sports world of Kentucky high school basketball and football.
Absolutely. I want to shout out Kelly Collins because she's a Cowboys fan. Hey, Kelly.
Oh, my God. Kelly.
And Mr. Brown says UK greats Jack Givens and James Lee went to Dunbar when it was junior high. Man, that had to be some years ago.
That had to be some years ago.
Yeah.
And then I guess and my next question towards you, Coach, is that is years ago. That's some boys. But my biggest thing is when you took over at Dunbar, and you've done some things. And I know, I watched you a little bit, Coach, and you was just missing a piece, like one piece of the puzzle. But you every time I watch y'all play 5 or 6 times, you got the best out of your players. So, but mentally, how did that affect you? Because you're like, this play's supposed to work because it's worked in the past, because I remember one game you was playing against Tate Street, and I don't know, that ref was driving you crazy. You was like, I was like, see, I can't do basketball. I'm gonna get teed up, and you kept your composure, and you would run plays, and you had a look on your face. And I've been there. So how does that, when your personnel is not living up or couldn't live up based on their blessings with your strategy, because you've been very successful with it?
Yeah, well, coming from college to high school, and I was in this conversation the other day, you go from having a shot clock, the court's bigger, the players are, of course, more athletic, they're bigger, and you come to coach high school, and at the time at Dunbar, we wasn't very tall, we weren't athletic. But I will tell you what, those kids would do whatever I asked them to do.
Yes, I saw that.
And their buy-in was unbelievable. And that was the only way that we had a chance to be successful. Mm-hmm. And so we had to change some things, and I had to make the adjustment from high school to college. I had to make the adjustment to understand that when you talk to a high school student athlete, whatever you say is going straight to the car right after practice. Okay. You can't talk to them as direct as you talk to a college student athlete, because you have to know that whatever you say to the high school student athlete, you're basically saying it to their parents as well.
Well, let me say this. Okay. Have you spoke to a very good friend of ours, very good friend of homeboy, Sean Woods, who's scared to go to Scott County? Okay. And I didn't mean to cut you off. That leads into what you right? Have you spoke to him? Because the last big time my boy was doing was college. I mean, because I had a hard time going from high school to middle school. I had to go.
Yeah. Now,
So
I'm going to say this with Sean. Sean watched me this year doing the commentating, and I think he saw how much fun I was having. And he was like, hey, if I don't get a college gig, man, the next best thing is coaching high school.
Right.
And he has a tradition-rich program in Scott County.
Yeah.
And they're gonna compete just because he is a very, very, very good coach.
Very passionate.
Yes, like I did, he will make the adjustment. He's an intelligent man. He'll make the adjustment on how you have to coach high school kids, but they want consistency. It's not that you can't be hard on them. You just have to be consistent. And you also have to watch your language, okay? And, that's something.
I was bad at that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, a few years ago, I worked for a coach that never cursed. And I said, one day, I want to get to that level of discipline with my tongue. Now, I'm not there yet, okay? But I'm not. Look, I'm going to go to church with y'all. Not what I should be, but I'm not what I used to be, okay? Yeah. So you got to have discipline with the words that come out of your mouth. And again, Sean will be fine at Scott County. I'm more worried about playing against him than how he's going to adjust to coaching. He'll make the adjustment. And he's already making it. And it's going to be, it just raised the level of competition in the 11th region. I mean, you're talking about Catholic, Henry Clay, Tates Creek, Dunbar, that team on the north side, great crossing. You have all these programs with incredible coaches, and now you add Sean Woods to the mix. I mean, it just raised our level in the 11th region.
Well, my thing is on the language and I'm not a cusser. That's just not me. But I can make my point. And I will never remember. I would say, God, give me strength. Jesus rain down on me. And I'll never forget one of my assistant coaches said, he's cussing you out, right?
Hey, in Eastern Kentucky, they just say, bless his heart.
Yeah, bless his little heart. So.
That is so funny. Well, I'm telling you right now, when Coach Bryant brought me on his staff, that was probably the number one thing he had to break me of, was because my mouth is bad. Oh my God, it's bad. And so, but I've gotten. This is our 7th season, and I think I've only slipped maybe 2 or 3 times.
4 or 5.
Hey, so we have a policy at Douglas that if a player or a coach curses, you got to do push-ups immediately.
Okay.
So if I slip up, I go ahead and knock out my 10 push-ups. And if they slip up, they know. All I say is get stronger. Get stronger. And they drop and they do their push-ups and we move on.
Okay.
But it goes to what you were talking about, Cisco. This is about developing young people. It's not about browbeating them. It's about developing young people. That's my coaching philosophy. I want my young men to leave our programs maybe a little bit better than they were when they came in, and not just on the basketball court, but also in their character and their outlook in life. I want them to get more than ball from our program.
Oh, that's it. So I want to shout out my auntie. Hey, Auntie Mary. Now, what you just said just kind of leads into this next question going with Mr. Brown. All coaches on Hits and Heels is confronted with the question, how do you deal with this new age of athlete? Because this new generation, especially after 30 years and going from college to high school, but the new generation of kids in high school.
But coach, before you
I just be wanting to hit them right here in the throat.
Okay, I'm here to come again. Okay, 2-part question, same question. I'm gonna be the first bald-headed man to grow hair. I mean, I'm being real. like today in practice at Crawford, the kid did, and I just looked at him. And the thing is, I had nothing. I couldn't even respond. And you know, and so going back to the Ms. Coach Bryant and Terry's question, how is that different? Because you like me, we've done this a while.
Right. Yeah. I would say the first thing is I try to be consistent with them. You know, just be consistent.
Oh, you gotta come more than that. Because I know it got you shaking your head.
Yeah. I mean, there's times now. The biggest thing is they want a withdrawal without a deposit.
Okay, that's where I'm at.
Okay, we on to something.
Yeah, they want something for nothing. You know,
Yes.
I tell them take the best shot for Frederick Douglass, not for your ego. You know, that's something that's been difficult. Because, you know, when you coach college kids, you have an individual workout, they go to class, they go to weights, they come back, you have team practice. After team practice, you have study table, and they may come back into the gym again before they go to bed. So you know that they're getting in the work to be the best that they can be. In high school, some kids come into the gym and they think that ball is going to do what it does on TV or on the video games, and they haven't put in any work for it to happen. So that's an adjustment, but that's where I try to stay consistent with them, and I tell them the truth. Like, that's not your game. Your game is you're not a three-point shooter. I need you to drive. I need you to create plays for a teammate. You know, and some of them like it and some of them don't. But I tell them I only got two positions. You're either in the game or out of the game. And I've been wherever you're trying to go, and I'm not coaching no more for my ego. Now, there was a time that it was about I wanted to win. I wanted to get the next big job. I wanted to see my name up in lights. I'm not into that anymore. I want to win because my boys have put in the work and they deserve the right to play on the main stage. I tell them we're not an auxiliary gym program. We play at 8 o'clock, the main event. And that's why I coach. I want them to get more than ball from our program, and I want them to have a first-class experience. Now, with that, we got to put in work. Every day is not going to be peaches and sunshine, and we're going to sip lemonade. There's going to be some hard days. I open up my practices. The parents, they can come in whenever they want. If you have a question why your baby's not playing, just come to practice.
Come watch the practice.
Yeah, come watch the practice. And I don't have nothing to hide. I don't have no vendettas against kids where I don't like you, so I'm not playing you. It's their job to get in the confidence of the coaching staff that they can help us win games. I'm not coaching for participation awards. I'm coaching to win. And it's your job to get in that formula. And for us as a coaching staff, believe that you can help us win games. You can come to practice every day, be on time, do everything we ask you to do. But if you can't help us win, hey, I hope you can play on the JV team.
Man.
Well, that's the biggest thing that I still say. There's a difference in making a team and playing time. They're not. They're not the same, but most people think they're the same. So when you're going about this, coach, and all of a sudden a parent comes up and they come to practice, and I said all the time, a lot of parents, and I did too, I guess, I think with my heart first and then my brain. Okay, yeah. And a lot of times parents think with their heart, goes to Egypt, over to Canada, to Japan, and then comes back to the United States before they actually get it. So with that said, even if a parent comes to you, and that's different. I'm just going to tell parents out here, that's different, coach, because I ain't talking to you about no playing time. So when they come to you and they came to practice, do you just look at them and say, are you seeing the same thing, or you choose not to see the same thing?
No, I try not to get into disrespecting or
Well, I
making them
didn't
feel
say disrespect. I
uncomfortable.
just said, I mean,
Yeah, but no, I don't try to embarrass them. I
right,
don't
right.
try to embarrass them. I think it's obvious when you come and watch and your son is being drove by. I don't have another meeting to say, hey, this is what's happening. I usually give them a practice plan so they can follow along what we're doing. And then sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not. And I'm at the point in my coaching career, and I think I've been like this for a number of years. I can have a tough conversation, but can you?
Amen. That's what I meant. That's what I
Yeah,
meant.
yeah. Can you have that tough conversation where we can agree to disagree? I also tell them early in the preseason, I'm not going to please all of you because your babies are not going to play. So I try to be as upfront as possible. And then I also tell them, ask your son. Ask your son. Don't ask me, ask your son, is he better than such and such? And has he proven that he's better than him and he should play over him? A lot of times the truth is really in the details. And if you are strong enough to admit your shortcomings. And again, coaches, consistency. I'm consistent. I'm gonna give you an example. This summer, we were playing in a summer league game. I had about 7 guys that were late for the game. Okay, I told them to be there at 4:24, and they got there at 4:45, and we played at 5 o'clock. But I told them to be there at 4:24 because I wanted to meet before we play. Well, the first half of the game, I didn't play none of them. None of them. We go into halftime, we got a 10-point lead.
Oh,
We played a second half. They got in the second half. After the game, all of them apologized and said it will never happen again. Now, that is just a microcosm of consistency, holding the line, giving them discipline, and then moving on and not holding a grudge.
Right. And expectation.
yes.
Right, because a lot of kids, and sometimes coaches get this messed up, man. They hold grudges against kids. If a
Yeah,
kid
Oh,
is
yes.
late, if you're late on Tuesday and you've already paid your consequences, it's over.
Over with. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
That's what we've established in our program, and we'll continue to do that. We don't always get it right. I'm not a perfect coach. I just try to treat young people like I would want my son treated.
Yes.
And sometimes that is tough. There are tough conversations. There are moments where I challenge their son. And I tell them when they come to practice, Cisco, I said, look, you can sit over there. I don't need you to say nothing. And when I get on your baby, don't take it personal. I'm just trying to make him a better man. And
Well, I guess, Coach, that's what I was talking about in the beginning of my question. Not browbeating the parents, because sometimes parents see what they want to see. I mean, like yourself, I'm going into 38 years, 39 years of coaching, high school, middle school, and I guess I've asked myself, like the movie Lethal Weapon, am I too old for this? Because sometimes I just shake my head because I want what's best for my program, and I do want what's best for my child, for that child, if you will, not my child, but that child. And we treat them like our child. So, and that's what I meant back at Dunbar when I watched you coach, because I didn't really know who you were. I knew of you, and I got to know you. And I was sitting there, and my wife would tell you, I'm a student of the game. I don't care what sport it is. I'm watching the game and watching how the kids, and I said this to my wife one time, just recently, I like my kids to play for me, because if they play for you, they're going to give everything they got. If they just play, sometimes they're Bobby Brown. They went solo on you in the middle of the game,
I'm gonna have to use that one.
That's
Yeah.
The first time he said it, I thought I was gonna die laughing. He was so funny
They
because
were
it was
Bobby
during
Brown.
a parent conference
It
or
was the
something.
parents' conference, and I
was
I
rolling.
said, I love New Edition. We don't have no Bobby Browns. We're not going to go solo. We're not
Right.
good solo. We're not doing that. And so
I think my biggest thing with being a coach and dealing with parents is I don't understand why they don't think that if their player is good and we want to win, why would you not think I'm going to play your child if they can help me win?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot that goes into that too, Terry. We have an AAU culture. And in AAU, and I'm not knocking AAU, it's got its great points. It does a lot for young people. But what it's also done, it's watered down competitive competition on a team. Because if you're not playing for one team, you can go be on another team.
Mhm.
And there will be more playing time over here, maybe on this weaker team.
Right.
Different from when we were kids. You remember going to the park and you lost and you had to sit.
And sit out until and your time came around again.
You had to sit. See, now they'll
They
play
don't
a
do
game
that.
at 12 and they got another game at 2. When we were kids, if you lost at 12, unless you were really good, you might not get back on the court the rest of the day. And that created a level of competition in our generation that is different from now, because now they always have games to play. We didn't always have games to play. So we valued winning over the individual accolade. So there's a lot of societal things that go into this mindset that is prevalent. Some people get it, some people don't, but if you're a part of our program, I'm gonna play the young people to help us win ball games. I'm gonna try to dot my I's and cross my T's and make sure I don't do anything that you can pick me off for doing this wrong and try to get me out of there. I try to stay on point with what I'm doing.
All right. Well, it's right now at Frederick Douglass High School, and the wife mentioned
the best
the
team in the city right now.
In the city,
in almost all sports, dominating since they've been open.
Are you looking to say if everything goes right, and no, I'm not saying be a mind reader or anything like that, crystal ball, but is this your last coaching school? Are you going to 15 years?
Listen to this, sister. I got one for you. As long as God has me there, that's where I'm gonna be.
Great answer.
I'll try. I'll try.
Great answer.
Because I'm just saying right now, I got a lot of orange and green, and the orange and green people want to know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. As long as God has me there, that's where I'm gonna be.
So she like that.
Now, look, I'm gonna be for real with you. On a serious note, a long time in my career, I was always looking to move. There was a point that my family and I moved 4 times in 9 years, and I'm not talking about 20 minutes down the road. I mean, we moved area codes 4 times in 9 years. And I was always coaching with, I want to win so I can get this job. I want to win so I can get that job. Right now, man, I'm just trying to enjoy today. And I feel good about where I'm at. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy young people. I enjoy the process. Now, it gets a little bit harder because you've done it so many times, but it's still fun. It's great competition. I love seeing the light go off in my young men's minds when they buy in and they get it. I like winning, doing stuff we hadn't done. Last year we went 25-5 and we won the White Greer Maggard Christmas tournament over at Catholic. We're the first public school in 34 years in Fayette County to win that tournament. Those are moments that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Those
Absolutely.
games against Bryant Station last year were
Were
unbelievable.
the best.
Yes, it was so much fun and tension,
So
and
fun.
it was
Great
competitive. And
atmosphere.
But
Yes.
I tell you, it took me back when I first started coaching at PLD, and I'm coaching at PLD, and they had Burton and they had Bowman. The Brown Station had Bowman, they had Burton, and I told somebody that I said the environment was like that. It was no back and forth, no negative. It's just guys helping each other up, and then all of a sudden knocking them back down again, if you will. And
Right.
I told somebody that I said, "Oh, what an environment this is." I said,
Yeah.
Lexington was blessed to live back then in the '90s when they played, with Burton and Bowman. Oh my gosh! And you brought that feeling to me back. And meaning you and Brian Station. It was fantastic watching Frederick and Brian
Yeah.
Station play last year.
Absolutely. And a lot of the same guys are back, and I think it's going to be just as big this year. And again, high school basketball in Central Kentucky, it deserves to be at that level. And we got a lot of exciting things coming up this season, and I'm happy, man, at Douglas, what Principal Diaz does over there in creating a culture for athletics and academics. Now, people think
And
it's just an
academic.
yes,
And academic.
it's both.
Diaz
I
does a
haven't
great job.
seen,
I don't care what
right,
people say.
yeah. It is a very, very competitive athletic atmosphere, and academically, I hadn't seen too many players come out of there ineligible now. They go
Yeah.
to 4-year schools out of Douglas, and isn't your son a product of Douglas?
Right, and it's their choice if they stay. And the whole
Right.
point is, all you can do is lead that horse, if you will, to water. See
Right.
how the horse in Bronco horse.
Yeah. I picked up what you was putting down, brother.
He's a low-key comedian.
Yeah.
I don't know why he won't go to Comedy Off Broadway for
Hey,
open mic.
but Cisco, I want to give you your flowers in front of the world, man. I had a young man that played for you in the program, and I asked a question: who was like one of your most influential people that's been in your life? And that young man looked me straight in the eyes and he said, Cisco Bryant. And I believe I came and shook your hand, and I told you that over at MLK one day.
Okay.
And
Yes, you did.
I think it's important that we as men give each other our flowers while we can smell them.
Well, thank you.
When a young person recognizes the deposits that an adult makes in their life and they can verbalize it, that means that it was genuine, it was authentic, and it resonated in his spirit for him to say your name without even thinking. He said, Cisco Bryant. And I said, yeah, that's what's up right there. So,
Thank you. And I mean, and I know I got to switch subjects because that's just me. I appreciate that. But I said again, I told my wife when she told me you was coming on, I said he's amazing. Not just coaching kids, but adults. You make adults set up and listen and hear you, because it has to be real, because people look for a reason not to believe you or look for a reason to bring you down. So when you're talking, I'm like, okay, all right. And
very motivational.
And so that means you're walking that walk. So I give you yours as well. You walk in that walk, because when you walk a walk, which we three do, sometimes people look for a reason.
They always do.
And the haters come. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love to have haters, though. That means I'm doing something that they want to do.
You're doing something right when you got the haters.
Yeah, I'm doing something they want to do.
Our son taught us
that when he played baseball when he was 11.
Yes.
And a situation took place. I won't go into it. The situation took place, and I dropped him off to practice the next day. And he said, I said, baby, are you good? He goes, Pops, if you ain't balling, you ain't got haters. And I looked at him and I said, wow, that's, and you know that feeling too. You know that
Yeah,
feeling too.
yeah. It's not a poem. It's almost like something written called "The Man in the Arena." That's how I
Yes.
try to live my life. You know,
Yeah.
I can't sit and not try and not push the limit and not go for things. I tell my players, you can't score if you don't shoot. See, that's not just on the court, that's in life.
Or if you don't shoot.
That's life.
Yeah, if you don't, you can't score if you don't shoot, man. You got to shoot for it. You got to go for it, and that's how I try to live my life. And that's how some of the things that's happened in my life has transpired. It wasn't that someone just said, "Hey, I'd like to have Coach Garvin." You know what it was? I asked them, "Hey, can I be on your show? Hey, can I do TV for your network? Hey, can I be the host of your gala?" I'll ask. And all they can tell me is no.
Right. All they can say is no.
Right.
We're getting ready to go to the so we're gonna go to the chat again. Coach, what's another measure of success that's not necessarily wins and losses?
Good question.
Man. Yeah, that's a great question. Another measure of success, not necessarily wins and losses. Graduation.
Wow, good answer.
Yeah, graduation, man. And what you say, what does graduation actually do? Well, it shows that you completed a regimen. And right now we have a dilemma where young people are quitting when things get hard.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I tell people that I barely graduated from college, undergrad. I mean, I was in the streets bad, man, but I graduated. And then I could talk and I could sell myself, and nobody ever asked me my GPA coming out of college.
They know we know.
Hey, Cisco, I was one of these type of people. Which hand is it in? I got out of college, and the world opened up to me because I was able to sell myself. Seeing the light go off that young people get it. Just the other day, a guy that played for me 20 years ago sent me a video of him proposing to his fiance. Those are wins that are bigger than the score.
Absolutely.
I can relate. Yes.
Yeah. When you see that, when you get invitations, my boys called me. One of my guys got married a month ago, and 8 of them were at the wedding. And they called me on video from the wedding. And I think they were in North or South Carolina. They called me from the wedding, and I'm sitting there. They're like, "We know you're about to cry, Coach." I'm sitting there because that means they got it.
They got it.
And so those are things bigger than the scoreboard.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But those are things that I really get into.
So I think some of the biggest wins for me is being married to Cisco is when he's coaching a team, and the parents of people he coached want their kids coached by him.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate.
Like that to me has been just amazing.
And I say that in humble, but there's nothing like it because my first thing is I can tell you what your dad was about when he was young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the dad looks at me like, "Man, don't be telling you that." And
yeah.
But that is in a real quick moment, I never will forget walking in the mall. I never went in the mall. This back in the day, and there's 2 police officers chasing me, and I don't know they're chasing me. I'm just walking, and I notice people are stopping and looking, and they're running behind me. And I actually coached them in baseball, but they were grown men now, and that's the first time they saw me in 12 years. And and that was a teardrop because they wanted just to say hi. And like you just said, and not taking away anything you said and not trying to top it by no means, but that is the greatest feeling. And until you get to this point as a coach, as a grown man, you don't understand it's the greatest feeling to watch a young man or young lady that you've influenced, and they go from there. I'm at Crawford, and a parent is in there. He said, he goes, "Coach, And I looked at him and he said, "Is it worth it?" And I turned around and I said, "Oh, wow, that's the Bryant Station football term." Because I'll be like, if you go, ask yourself, is it worth it?
Right. Wow.
So good.
That was good. Okay, so hey, Josh Fields. Hold on, let me get it on here.
Hey, all I can say about the
Field family.
The Field family is unbelievable. You're going to enjoy. You're
going to enjoy them being a part of your parent organization, because when I tell you, they will go above and beyond.
Let me say this. And this is a fact, Coach. I mean this. Not for the purpose of their son.
Yes,
the son's going to do what he's going to do. He's going to shine. He's going to do what he do. But they understand team.
Yes.
And if parents will get that, it won't be just three people.
The 80-20 rule, 20% of the people doing 80% of the, like it always
80,
is.
20, not 20-80.
Well, let me tell you, in a very short time, I've picked that up from that family. Just a week ago, they took care of breakfast for our team. They brought some donuts and juice for the boys. We have something we call Breakfast Club workouts, where we work out at 6 a.m. And they took care of.
I know. We already know. Nobody want to hear all that. I know what they do.
Yeah. They're good people, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. So the best is yet to come.
They could have stayed another year.
Hey, we tried to get them to stay another year. We was like, how old is he? Can he can he red shirt?
Let me say this about the wife. The best one was the new paperwork.
She was the best.
She comes up to me and she'll just say, "Okay,
Coach, you gotta do this.
I got this.
You gotta do this.
Yeah, I need you to sign in. I need you to do this." And then I mean, they may own our house. We don't know. I was just
Well, I will say this about all my parents at Douglas, man. It's been a pleasure, and they have bought in as well. And I've been very blessed last year to have a great group of parents. Again, I can't please everybody. I don't even try to. But the majority, and it's a big majority, they've had a great time while our coaching staff has been there, and I look forward to year 2.
Right, that makes it a whole lot easier, and
absolutely it does.
Yeah, we said that at Crawford. The greatest thing has been our parents.
We would not be able to do what we
have a program at Crawford now.
Because of the parents.
And what it is all you got to do is watch that parent in front of you, and you're doing it for your child, and you letting your child know when that child does get older, they will do the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, that's
because now they have the blueprint on what it takes to help in the future when they have their kids and they're in a program. Because some parents don't get it because they don't know. Either they didn't play a sport, or they just weren't taught, or they just have no idea.
Right.
But the buy-in from the parents, if you don't have that, we probably would not be. We probably still wouldn't be coaching.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be coaching in our 7th season if we didn't have good parents that bought in, and different parents that come in, and then our parents, like the Fields, they was able to train up the parents that's coming behind it, and now we got another great set of parents this season, and we love them to death.
Hey, Coach, you can relate to this. They made me look like I know what I'm doing. They do.
They are amazing. Oh my God!
And here's what happens on the show if you don't ever watch. I will walk away, and then the wife takes over. She tries to grab me.
We're already at an hour, Coach. My bad.
Okay, this is her show, and I really mean that. But my last question to you before I leave is, if you stop coaching today, which you're not, let me make sure everybody understands that. He's not. Okay, he's got 10 more years at Frederick Douglass. Okay. I had to throw it in.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you be doing if you didn't coach?
Oh man, I got a lot that I really enjoy doing, Cisco. But one of the things, I got a 2-year-old grandson.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. We jealous.
Yeah, I got a 2-year-old grandson, and
and you had girls.
No, I had 2 girls, right? And
Right.
I love my girls, but my grandson is
Your
giving me
grandson?
new life.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna be doing something around him.
There
Okay.
you go.
Now, the next thing that I like doing, I like mentoring coaches. You know, I
So
like doing.
how do you get to listen to you? Because some coaches think
They know
they know.
everything.
I've been in that situation and trying to help this younger coach and say, I made this mistake. I'm trying to help you out. So I cut you
Yeah,
off to say that part. I need to know that part.
yeah. Just being, I keep on using the word consistent,
No, it's
but
okay. It
I
works.
would like to mentor coaches. I've done that over the years. I'm involved with a number of sports ministry groups where I'm set up as a mentor to coaches, and I try to make myself available to coaches. And through the years, you said something earlier in the podcast. Through the years, guys have listened to me, and I've earned their trust, their credibility. My credibility, I've been there, I've had success, I've had failure, I'm still standing, I've been fired, I've been hired, I've had a lot of experiences in coaching, and I don't mind to share if you're willing to listen. Now, if you don't want to listen, I don't have to talk to you. But there
Right.
are some coaches and there's some mentoring structures set up in basketball that if I wasn't coaching, I would be mentoring coaches.
I love
And
it.
and
No,
that's a passion because I feel like I'm a guardian of the game. There's a way that I was taught that I believe to the end of time that it's going to be required in order to be great at it. And I want to pass that on to the next generation. You're a guardian of the game, both of you. You're developing coaches all the time. People are watching you. They're going to mimic how you coach. They're going to mimic what you do. Terri, there's female football coaches that are trying to get to you and how did you break through and what are you doing? That's mentoring. You know, what we're doing tonight is mentoring. We are 2, 3 coaches that are willing to take the time out of our day to tell our story and to mentor. Hopefully there's somebody on the other end of this podcast that's saying, hey, if they can do it, I can do it.
Do it.
right.
Tap into the Bryants. Let me reach out to Coach Garvin. Let me see how I can develop a relationship with them that maybe I could get something more from them. You know, I can get something from them. And I'm willing to share because
Yes.
we're not going to be here forever.
Amen.
The games may be here forever, but we're going to move on. I just want to hand it off, man. I want to hand it off. And as you can see on the back of my wall, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. I got Bill Russell up here. They handed it off to the next generation. I want to make sure that I hand it off to the next generation. And that's what I'm going to do when I hang up the whistle. And I don't look forward to it, but I know that it's a calling on my life. And I'm going to try to be great at it, man.
Well, I'm like I said, she's going to keep you for a few more minutes. Thank you for coming. I really mean that. You know, our relationship is love, and good luck this year on the farm. You know, I get ridiculed quite often that I'm a homer of Frederick Douglass, and I have to tell people my Crawford kids go to Frederick Douglass.
All our
babies.
Most of them.
You know, and but with that said, as coach, thank you for coming on Hits and Hills, and Coach Bryant, she will communicate with you. But again, thank you again. Tell the wife I said hi, please.
Absolutely, thank you,
Coach. We're at an hour, and today was the first day of school, and you already told me that you were tired. So I'm trying my best to be respectful of your time, so we can get in the bed. Because I got to get up at 4:30 myself.
Yeah.
But I have just 2 things before we go. The first one is you're getting ready to be our MC for the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame on the 20th.
I am so excited about that. That is the Lace-Off Gala, Lexington Athletic Sports Hall of Fame Gala is unbelievable. There'll be about 1,500 people in the crowd. We're honoring Lexington's greatest student athletes and contributors to the game. And it's going to be a spectacular night. And I am honored to be a co-host of the event. And I just can't wait, man.
I can't wait. They asked Coach Bryant and I to be on the red carpet again, and it was just such an honor for them to had asked us last year, and then to turn around and bring us back, because they usually don't do back-to-back people, but they're allowing us to be back-to-back. So we're so honored to Bobby and Jennifer, the founders of the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, and our girl Connie, who is the board chair. Just so thankful, and then you got some people that. We got a former Dunbar player that's being inducted. I think Darnell Burton, but one of your counterparts, V. Sanford out of Lafayette, is also getting inducted.
V's a great guy. What an honor! Again, I think there's 23 recipients.
Yes, absolutely.
It's gonna be a spectacular night, and I want people to know we ain't gonna keep you there all night either. We're gonna get through. We're gonna get through the show.
We're gonna have some good food. We're gonna have some good eat. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna take and you know me, I'm gonna take a whole lot of selfies with everybody, and we are gonna have a good time.
I'm looking forward to it. I like to dress up, and
it's a fun time. And
I like to dress up and play important.
But you played an important part in last year's for us. You gave the sound of a board to help us to fundraise a little bit.
Yeah, we call it the ask.
They
ask for funds to sponsor the event, and now I got promoted to the host, and I'm doing that with Keon Jenkins, and she is unbelievable. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I think we're a good combination, and it's gonna be exciting. So I really look forward to that. And again,
Fayette County's got 2 representatives coming up as the MCs. That's good.
You see us, Fayette County Public Schools.
Coach, I could be on here another hour with you, because what I didn't talk about was we got a brand new athletic director, and I want to know how do we support her?
Man, we support her by getting behind the initiatives that she imposes. I don't think she started yet. We continue to come out and support high school athletics in the area. And just get behind young people, come to games, pay when you come to games, Don't look to get in the game for free. These teams use the admission to games in order to get their equipment and things like that. So just continue to support young people. And, as a school district, sometimes people get disgruntled, but you think about having 42,000 students and 70 schools, and you can't make everybody happy. So just be patient and persistent. And if you don't like something, come to a school board meeting and go about it the right way, and maybe you can impact change. But talking about it from the sidelines or not being in the game ain't the way to go about it.
I tell people all the time, y'all are feel free to apply for one of these coaching jobs. If y'all feel like y'all can do a better job at it, go ahead and apply for the coaching job. Go ahead and apply for a coaching job.
Absolutely. Apply.
Miss Jennifer Jones, I didn't realize she was on here. She said that we're pretty excited to have you, and that you took us straight to church last year.
Yeah. Hey, well, we're going to have a whole ceremony. No, I'm kidding, Jen. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to lighten the mood, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to honor our inductees and do it in a first-class manner. So I'm excited. I got my suit ordered. I got to make sure that it hangs right and it pops right. And Keon and I are working on our coordination of going over the script and how we're going to put our little twist into it. So I can't wait, man. It's going to be a special night here in Lexington. Please go out and buy your tickets. They're still on sale. We expect to sell out. And if we don't support our own, who will?
Who will? If we don't support our own, who will? So first of all, I want to say thank you to the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame for sponsoring Hits and Heels. As you can see on the ticker below, there's the website where you guys can go and get your tickets to the gala. As a matter of fact, what's today? The 13th. The end of this month, I think that is the last day that you can get tickets at $100. And then I think the prices go up. So you might want to go ahead and just get y'all tickets in the next 2 weeks so that way you pay the lower price. But every year there's somebody that wants to go to the gala and they wait to the last minute and they can't because ticket sales stop a week before the gala. And every year, Jennifer and Connie are getting their phones are blown up with people wanting tickets at the last minute and they don't get it. So go and get y'all's tickets right now. My last question, Coach, and I'm gonna let you go. Now that I got you here, and it took a while, we've been talking about this for a while. We're getting you on my show.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have never had an opportunity to say publicly, and now is your opportunity that I'm giving you right now?
Anything publicly? No, I'm a pretty open book, Terry. No, I don't have nothing that I'm holding inside that I want to get out, But when I think about it, I've never been asked that question, but when I think about it, what would I say? I would just say the best is yet to come and together we win. And I will say that in the spring of 2026, be on the lookout of my first book. It's bigger than ball. I'm still playing with the names, okay? It's bigger than ball. Together we win. There's a lot but I think it's going to be it's bigger than ball. My CFO is telling me it's bigger than ball.
Okay.
But I'm looking to have that book come out next spring and be on the lookout for that. And maybe I can come back on Hits and Heels.
And we will definitely bring you back
and talk about the book. It's a book about my life journey, coming from Pikeville to a Division I head coach to coaching at 2 prominent high schools here in Central Kentucky. It's a journey worth sharing. I think it's inspirational, and there's a lot to tell, and I'm excited about it. It's been a process over the years, and I'm finally locking into it. And I will say this, Terry, make sure you do something today that your future self will thank you for. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Mine's right now is I'm locked in and trying to write my book.
Coach, I am the same way. So I still haven't locked in the title of my book yet, but I'm working on it. But my book is basically a sports parent book, but I'm coming from the perspective of I'm an athlete, former athlete. I'm a female coach. I'm a female football coach. I'm a sports parent. I'm a coach's wife. And we're also a blended family, right? And so we just have so many dynamics that interact with the sports culture that I think that tells a great story. But it's probably going to be mine's going to be more of not necessarily a story about me, a story of how to be an effective sports person in whatever that category that you're in, because I think that with this new era, people don't know how to be, like, you don't even know how, there's a difference between a fan and a fanatic. Like, of course I'm a Cowboys fan, and Coach Bryant is a 49ers fan, right? And so there's people that are fanatics, and we like the Kentucky Wildcats, of course, because we live here and he's an alumni, but there's people that are fanatics and they're not necessarily fans. And then, I can't stand couch coaches. So I'm gonna go in on my
Well, I'm sure you got a lot to share and a lot of experiences, and it sounds like it'll be an exciting book.
So I can't wait till yours come out, and I'm gonna add you to. I love. I have Coach Marion Washington, who was she's a legendary, and I've had her on my podcast. It's probably one of my favorite shows, and of course Coach Holloway, who is the head coach for Florida track. He has 14 national championships. And again, hasn't gotten enough press. Had enough, but I can't wait to put you with this collection of.
Hey, Terri, it'll be a signed copy. A signed copy.
And I can't wait to have my signed copy on my board, even up here with Goose and Ramsey. I mean, I got some powerhouses up here, so I can't wait to add another powerhouse such as you, Coach, in my collection of bios. So thank you again for coming on Hits and Heels. I appreciate you. Everybody that came on, Mr. Brown, G. Garvin, Josh, Stacy, my auntie. If I miss anybody, I truly apologize. Thank you all for coming. Make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel. Make sure you share. This was a great show. Make sure you share, and we will see you all out. Matter of fact, we're going to see y'all at the Gala on September the 20th.
All right. Good night. Thank you.
Coach, don't log off. Y'all have a good one. Good night. Coach, don't log off.